All right, welcome to Coffee with Marcus. This is episode 69, and today we're going to talk about what's happening in the market so that you know what's going on and what to expect. And I'm going to show you a very cool trading tool that will make my life much easier. And of course, we'll talk about Tesla since it's reporting earnings after the bell, which is in around 30 minutes from now. Sounds good? Okay, so if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Marcus Heidkotter, and before we get started, let me give you a super quick intro why I'm doing this show, because here's what I'm seeing. Most people who start trading expect their accounts to explode, and they've seen the ads and emails that promise them to turn $2,000 into $1 million or something crazy like this, and then they start trading and they quickly realize that it doesn't work this way. So if you're sick of all the hype and empty promises, then this show here is for you, because my goal is to give you the strategies and the tools that you need to grow your account systematically, because that's the key. You see, everybody can get lucky every now and then, but being able to grow your account in a systematic and predictable way, that is the key to success in the market. So in this show, in the next 45 minutes, I'll show you the tools that you need. I'll give you the trading strategies that actually work, and we'll talk about the right mindset of a trader, because that's super important. Also in this show, it's all about facts and real trades, and I'll show you all of my trades, winning trades, losing trades. There's no hype here, just the facts, because I want you to succeed. And if this sounds good to you, then click on like right now, or just type yes in the comments and we'll get started. Awesome. Perfect. So in the first segment here, we'll talk about what is happening in the markets. And this segment is for you so that you know what's happening right now. Well, let's talk about it. What is happening right now? Well, first of all, as you can see, the markets are slightly up today. So the Dow is up 0.5%. The S&P 500 is up 0.36%. And the NASDAQ is lagging here, just barely up here today. So what's happening? What is driving the markets here today? Well, first of all, news about vaccines. So the United States agreed to pay Pfizer. Let's just bring up Pfizer here. So they agreed to pay Pfizer and a German partner, which is called BioNTech, $2 billion to produce 100 million coronavirus vaccines if they prove to be safe and effective. Now, needless to say that Pfizer is up for today, 5.6%. BioNTech, it's BNTX. It's up 11%. So as you can see, these are up. What else is going on? I mean, yes, when we have a vaccine, then they will produce 100 million, but we don't have one yet. So what else is driving the news? Why isn't the market jumping up on these news? Well, the U.S. State Department ordered China to close its consulate in Houston to protect American intellectual property. And look at this. They actually gathered a picture that after they did this, it seems that they are burning documents in the courtyard. So what's going on there? And this is where China now says, well, there will be firm countermeasures if the U.S. does not reverse its decision. So this is, of course, weighing on the market, because if we go back to the S&P and we look at a 5-minute chart of what's happening today, you'll see that pretty much not a whole lot. I mean, we are technically diddling around. Yes, I made up this term, and it is now a technical term for a market like this, as you can see today. A little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, and right now we are going up. Now let's talk about earnings, because this week 25% of the companies in the S&P are reporting earnings. So we really thought that this week we might get some impulses to the upside or the downside, but earnings are a mixed bag. Some companies report better than expected earnings. Some report worse than expected earnings. So nothing earth-shattering. Today, Snap reported earnings and said, well, they had fewer users, so they're slightly down right now, 6%, and really a 6% move for Snap is nothing. It's a very volatile stock. United Airlines said that they have a $1.6 billion loss. Hey, nothing new here, right? I mean, we already know that airlines are being hurt. We already know that people are not traveling right now. So this is why overall, whether we look at the S&P or the Dow, the markets are really just piddling around. Now, here is the real focus for today. Today, we have two companies reporting earnings after the bell, which is in 30 minutes from now, 25 minutes from now. One of these companies is Microsoft. So Microsoft, usually something that people pay attention to do. And as you can see, going into this, we have been sideways here over the past few days because we want to know what's going on with Microsoft. As you can see, during the pandemic here, Microsoft has been doing really, really well. But the stock that everybody is talking about right now, what is it? Tesla, you guessed it. And here is why it is so significant today. So Tesla will report earnings and they will report, did they make a profit in the last quarter? If so, then they had 4 consecutive quarters with a profit which makes them eligible to be included in the S&P 500. And this means that now big hedge funds can pick them up that have not been able to do it because they're not in the S&P 500. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of this speculation already priced in. As you can see, Tesla made the move. And let me just show you how crazy it is right now. So take a look at this. What do you think? Over the next week, Tesla is trading at 1,600 right now. What do you think? Is Tesla able to jump up to 2,500? What do you think? In the next 4 weeks, is it jumping up to 2,500? Because let me show you something like this. There's so much premium in options right now. So you could bet against this if you say there's no way that in the next 30 days, Tesla is jumping up to 2,500. So if you're betting against this, right now, you could make, you see, $3,000. So if you want to take the other side of the bet and say, yeah, until August 21st, I don't think that Tesla will jump up to 2,500. You could pocket $3,000. Isn't that crazy? There's so much option premium in there. Even if you go further out, let me just switch to a weekly chart here because you got to see how crazy this is. Can you believe this? I mean, if you would say, you know what, I don't think that Tesla could jump up to 3,000 in the next 4 weeks because look at this. It means that Tesla would double in the next 4 weeks. So let's see. How much money could you get for this? If you wanted to bet that Tesla is not jumping above 3,000 in the next 4 weeks, you could make $1,345. Wait, we want to sell it. So yeah, around $1,300. I mean, isn't that crazy? Premiums are off the chart because everybody is talking about it. Now, right now, as you can see, Tesla is up 2% going into earnings. So we will watch it here live together to see what is happening to Tesla. I can honestly tell you, I'm not taking any bets on Tesla because this is completely crazy. There's so much speculation in there because even if they're profitable and they would be eligible to get into the S&P 500, it doesn't mean that they will be included in the S&P 500. There's a committee that decides whether it makes sense. And you see, some say that Tesla might be too big for the index because then it could be that when Tesla sneezes, the S&P 500 gets a cold, right? I mean, like Apple in the Dow. So when Apple sneezes, the Dow gets a cold. So this is just crazy, crazy, crazy. And yes, we will talk about Tesla. So let me just come back to the agenda here. After we talked about the markets, we will watch the earnings. We'll see when they're being released. It should be shortly after the bell, so hope that we're still live here. But I also want to show you a really, really cool trading tool that I've created for myself. And I want to show you what it does and give it to you. Okay, anyhow. And then, as I said, we'll look at Tesla here. Okay, crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, and I see all the comments coming in here like, wow, it is. Yeah, Kathy said it. I'm going to stick with PowerX Optimizer. So am I. Anyhow, so Swivelin says they could do a reverse split, but it still makes them a super valuable company. I think right now, let's take a look at this real quick before we jump onto the trading tool. Right now, Tesla is worth, I believe it's like $70 billion, something like this. No, look at this. I'm completely off here. The market capitalization is $300 billion. So even if they do a reverse split, I mean, they're still worth a lot. I think they're the 12th most valuable company in the United States. I mean, obviously, there's Apple, there's Google that are more valuable. Let's just see, by the way, I'm curious. How much is Apple right now. What is the market capitalization on Apple? Here we go. Okay, $1.6 trillion. So almost 3 times as much as Tesla. And then, of course, we have also Google. There we go, which is called Alphabet, the parent company. Also worth, where are we here? $1 trillion. Let's take a look at Amazon, and then I want to show you the tool. But it's just interesting to see that Tesla is quickly catching up, and they haven't had a profitable year yet. They have not had a profitable year yet. This today might be the first time that they had 4 profitable quarters in a row. Okay, so here is Amazon, $1.5 trillion. So also 2.5 times more than Tesla. Anyhow, so this is what's going on. It is just crazy. Good. So let me come back to you, and let me actually hide this comment here for a moment, because I want to talk about trading tools. Let me just change something on the screen here really quick. Dum-dum-dum-dum. There we go. All right, so let's talk about trading tools. What trading tools do you actually need? Actually, let's take a step back and let's talk about the 3 things that you need as a trader. Number 1, as a trader, no doubt about this, and this is probably the most important one, is you must have a trading strategy. Without the trading strategy, the best tools are useless. So what does a trading strategy do? It tells you exactly what to trade, what stock or option to trade, or if you're trading ETFs or futures, doesn't really matter. It tells you exactly when to enter. And if you have seen this channel, any videos on the channel, you already know this. It also tells you when to exit. So you must have a strategy. Without a strategy, the best tools are worthless. Now, talking about exiting, you must know when to exit with a profit and also when to exit with a loss, because losses are part of our lives as a trader. Number 2, here's what I believe. I do believe absolutely that you need to have trading tools. And here is why. Trading tools make your life easier. One of the trading tools that I use every day is PowerX Optimizer, because PowerX Optimizer is showing me exactly what stock to trade, when to enter, and when to exit. But today I'm not going to talk about PowerX Optimizer. I'll show you another tool that I just did over the past few days. I spent a few days putting this tool together, and I want to show you what it does and what it can do for you. But let's just complete this here first. Because the third thing is here, you also need to have the right mindset. And the right mindset is that trading is a business, trading is a profession. So you're not getting rich overnight, but when you have the right strategy, the right tools, and the right mindset, then trading can be very lucrative. Now, let's talk about trading tools and why I believe that every trader must have trading tools. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So here are a few advantages of a trading tool. First of all, you need to understand that a trading tool is no replacement for a strategy, right? I mean, it's not that suddenly you have a trading tool and that gives you everything. You still need to have a strategy that also tells you how much money you want to allocate per trade. Anyhow, so don't get me wrong. A trading tool is not a replacement for a strategy. But let's say, what does a trading tool do? It is a time saver. And you see, for me, I'm now 50 years old. Time is getting more and more important for me. So I want to make sure that I'm not wasting hours and hours in front of the screen. You know what I'm talking about, right? Let's actually put a few dashes in front of this here. So what else? Why do I believe that you need a tool, and why do I want to have trading tools? Trading tools help you to find the right opportunities. Okay, well, I'll give you an example here because I want to show you exactly how to find the best opportunity here for a specific trading strategy that I taught last week in another video. I'll talk about this in a moment. Also, a trading tool usually gives you data that helps you to make your decisions. So it supports your strategy. Let's just write this down. It supports your trading strategy, and then also it gives you confidence. And again, one of the examples of a tool that I personally like to use is the PowerX Optimizer. As you know, this is my bread and butter tool, but this is not what we are talking about today. Today, I want to show you a tool that I actually developed. Here it is, for a class that I'm teaching tomorrow. And this class is called The Wheel. And let me just show it to you really quick. If you would like to have more information about this, go to rockwelltrading.com/blueprint. Anyhow, so I have presented the wheel already in a previous video. And we'll post the link to the video here so that you know what the strategy is all about. Now, I assume that you know the strategy, that you have been watching the videos. If not, pause this video right now, watch the strategy video, and then this tool makes more sense for you. So with the wheel, the idea here is that step one, you are selling puts, and when you get assigned, you're selling calls against it. Again, the strategy is explained in detail in another video that we are posting in the description here or somewhere on the screen. And you see, I decided to actually fund an account with this. So I opened another account and I put $50,000 in this. And since I'm using a margin account, I have a buying power of 100,000. So as you can see right here, this is the buying power that I will work with. Let me make this actually a little bit bigger. That is easier for you to see. Okay. So also, since it will be $100,000 buying power, now I'll show you the account here when I start trading it on Coffee with Markus that you can follow along. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button. So this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. So I want to have a maximum of 5 positions. And here are the 5 positions. Now, let's say that the first stock that I'm looking at to trade this strategy on would be AMD. And so there's a few fields that where I enter the data, and then the tool tells me whether it makes sense to actually execute the strategy on this particular stock or not. So let's take a look at AMD here. This is one of the examples. I'll show you many more. I'll show you a total of 3 examples. We're looking at AMD, and we're looking at the stock price because this is the first thing that we need to have in the tool here to see what is the stock price. And right now, AMD is trading at 61.85. So let's write this down, 61.85. Now, again, the idea here is that we sell puts and we actually get premium and make money while we are waiting to buy AMD. Let's take a look at the chart of AMD. And you see AMD, as it comes up here, is in a nice uptrend. It has been nicely going up, and we never want to buy at the high. This does not make sense. So let's say we want to buy AMD when it comes back to, let's just say 55, right? I mean, right now it is trading at 60. So that's what we want to put in here. This is where we say, okay, the option strike price at which we want to buy the stock is 55. Now we take a look at the option premium. And this is where we look at the first expiration that we see here. And you see we're selling a put. So for the 55, if we would sell a put, we would get 74 cents. So we put this in there. So here we type in 75 cents. And this is where right now we see how much premium we would get analyzed. First of all, annualized. First of all, it gives us all this data here. So if I want to trade a $100,000 account and I want to have a maximum of 5 positions, I can trade 4 options to trade. I will keep the premium here if it drops by 11%. The premium that I'm collecting, since I'm trading 4 contracts, is $300. I have 9 days to expiration, so this means per day I'm making $33. Now again, this does not sound very exciting, but keep in mind, I'm making these $300 in only 9 days. So if we calculate this based on the $22,000 that I'm allocating for this trade, it would give me 55% per year. That is pretty good. Now, for me personally, with this particular trading strategy, I'm looking to make 30 to 40%. Sometimes when you would see too much in there, right? I mean, when you see too much premium, it's almost too good to be true. So here, because it is in red, it tells me that I might be a little bit too aggressive. And it might actually be better to say, okay, let's maybe see what happens if I rather buy the 52 or sell the 52 put. So you see, in this case, I would put in 52 and I just check the premium here. So for the 52, let's see how much I'm getting here. 33 cents. That's probably not enough. So, but let's see. 33 cents. It's a little bit too low because it's 25%. With this particular trading strategy, I'm targeting 30 to 40% per year. You see, this is how a tool can help you to decide which of all these possibilities do you actually want to trade. So here, if we look at, for example, a 53 put, so let's take a look at this, or maybe even the 54 for 55 cents. So we type in 54 for 55 cents. Or was it, what was it? 53 cents? I think this is what it was. And now we are right in the sweet spot. So again, the other ones would be too aggressive. So this is where I would probably trade this one. Now, again, this is just step one of this strategy. And then I have for step two here, if you're selling calls. This is for covered calls. You see, especially when you have covered calls, you want to know, okay, what strike price are you selling? And I explain everything in detail in the class tomorrow. But let me just give you another example because I want to show you how a tool like this can help you to make the best decisions, because this is what this is all about, right? So let's say that another stock that you were looking at, because we want to take a look at the weekly chart here. And we see that on a weekly chart, AMD has been nicely trending up, as you can see here, has not been impacted by the pandemic here too much, and it is just overall in a nice uptrend. Now, what I like to do in order to see an uptrend, I like to use a 200-day moving average. It's widely used by everybody, and we see here that AMD is actually nicely above the 200-day moving average. But let's say that another stock that you like is JPM. The reason why I bring up JPM is because I use that as an example when I explained the strategy in detail. So I'm switching back to a daily chart here, and let's say in the long run, you're bullish on JPM. Again, with this strategy, you want to own the stock, so please make sure that you watch the video. Pause this here if right now you're confused and you say, I don't know what's going on. Please watch the strategy video. It helps so much. Okay, so here we can see now JPM. And again, we're filling it out to see which one is better, trading JPM or AMD. So JPM, let's take a look at this. Where is it trading right now? So JPM currently is trading at 98.58. So we're plugging this in there, 98.58. Now we look at an option strike price that would make sense. So let's say we want to buy JPM if it pulls back to $92 right here. Okay, so we say, okay, it has been pretty much trading above 92. So if they come back to 92, we want to do it. So we plug in here 92, and now we want to see what option premium are we getting if we're selling the 92 put. So we're going to say JPM, July 31st, 92 put. And we see right now we would get, there we go, 26 cents. Okay, so we type this in our handy dandy calculator. We see that we are getting 26 cents. And we see, oh my gosh, if we would trade this, we would only make 11% per year. So you see how easy it is here to see which one is the better stock to trade. Because honestly, now, in order to get to the 39%, we would have to be probably more aggressive. Let's take a look at this. Let's say, okay, the 92 doesn't work. Let's see the 94 strike. We are getting 50 cents for this. So we're plugging this in here. 50 cents, and we're still not in the green. Okay, so we're going back here and we say, what about the 95 for 72 cents? Let's just see. So 72 cents. Yes, now we are in the green. Not as much as with AMD. And take a look at this. This is why I think it's so important. So AMD could drop 13% before you get assigned. And so this means that it is a very, very high likelihood that you can keep this premium of $212 that you're making here. Here you're only getting $144, so it's not a whole lot. And as you can see, over the year it will still be 31%, so not bad at all, but it could only drop 7% and then you would already get assigned. Anyhow, so as you can see, trading tools are extremely powerful because they can help you to make the best decision. So let's just do a quick summary here of the trading tool, because I think it is important that you have the right tools when you're trading a strategy. Because it's super easy here to get the strategy. I mean, you just click on the link that I post in the description to learn about the wheel strategy. But as you can see here, the tools are a time saver. Because how quickly did I find the right option here? In what, less than 10 minutes? I mean, isn't that great? This is what I'm looking for. It helps me to find the right opportunity. So, for example, should I trade AMD or should I rather trade JPM? Here, obviously, AMD makes much more sense. It gives me real-time data, hard data. And this is what I told you. This channel is all about data and facts. No emotions here, right? So this is where I want to know, how much can it drop? How much do I make per day? How much money do I need to buy this stock if I get assigned? What is my annualized premium? So this is, for me, invaluable because this supports my trading strategy. And I don't know about you, but for me, it gives me more confidence so that I know, yes, absolutely, AMD is the stock with a higher probability of success. Now, if you would like to have this tool, I'm making it part of the class. So if you're interested in joining the class, go to rockwelltrading.com/blueprint. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like it, because then I know to make more videos like this. And yeah, especially if you would like to see more videos like this, talking about this, click on the subscribe button and also click the little bell. This way you get notified whenever I release a new video. And as I said, I am planning to trade this strategy live here on YouTube so that you see how powerful this trading strategy can be. So I'm trading the PowerX Optimizer strategy, obviously. So the PowerX strategy, definitely doing this. And then also this income strategy, where you need a larger account here. So the other strategy is for building your account, and this is for income. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this, please make sure that you share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. All right, the take care doesn't apply to you, obviously, since you're here. So anyhow, so before I answer questions around this, actually we have a few more minutes before we jump into Tesla. So because we want to see what is Tesla doing here. But there are a few great questions. So I want to see if I can answer some of the questions. Okay. So Caroline says, almost done reading your books. Next on my agenda is the software. Absolutely. The software is another tool. It's a lifesaver for me. It cut down from hours a day to minutes a day. And again, as I'm getting older, I am turning 51 this year. Time is super important. So I like the idea of only spending 30 minutes on trading instead of hours sitting in front of the screen here. So Ricardo, as a mastermind, we don't need to do anything for the class of tomorrow. No, if you are part of my inner circle, my mastermind, you will get notifications. You should already received one. You will get one tomorrow, so no worries. So as a mastermind, this class is included for free. If you're not a mastermind yet, you can just go there. I think the team priced it ridiculously low, because you not only do you get the strategy, you also get the tool and a checklist. So lots of good stuff here. And yeah, Monica already said it. Absolutely. Yes, you are. Monica is also part of my mastermind. I'm so happy to have Ricardo, Monica, and all the others here in the mastermind. It's so good. So Angela is asking, to sell the puts calls on the wheel income, we're going to need a margin account. No, you don't need a margin account. It will help you because it gives you twice as much buying power. So for example, I'm planning to trade an account that has $100,000 in buying power, but since it is a margin account, I'm only putting $50,000 in. So I'm basically getting twice the bang for the buck, right? So this is why it makes sense, Angela, but no, you can trade this strategy in an IRA account, in a retirement account, and retirement accounts are typically not margin accounts. So you don't need it. If you had a choice, should I open a cash account or a margin account? Open a margin account here. Okay, fantastic. So Mike is saying AMD is a risky trade with earnings on Tuesday. Well, again, here's the deal, right? I mean, Mike, one of the key things here with this strategy is that you say, yes, this is a stock that I want to own, because then we sell calls against it. So if you're uncomfortable and you say, yeah, I don't like AMD, I don't want to have AMD, then don't trade it, right? So I consider it not that risky. Yes, they have earnings coming out, but as we have seen recently, companies have not really reacted wildly to earnings. Yes, they move 3-4% a day. But here, think about this. Let me just come back here and show it to you. So let's get back to the tool. So you see, AMD could drop 13%. And I would still be fine. Only if it drops more than 13%, I'm getting assigned, and I would be fine owning AMD. Anyhow, this is just an example. In tomorrow's class, I show you more of what stocks I personally will trade the strategy on, which stocks I'm comfortable owning in my own account here. But great comment here. Great comment. So, and again, earnings, are they good or bad? This is why I say, if I have a 13% cushion, do you really think that AMD is moving 13%? It's possible, but even if, I mean, it might be a quick dip. And here's the other thing. In order to get assigned, it would have to close below 54. Let's just go back to the charts here. So it would have to close below 54. Did we mark it here on July 31st? So in a week from now. So let's just mark this here really quick so that you see, right? And again, if you don't want to own AMD at $54, then don't trade it. it's really, I'm not telling you here, I'm not giving you any advice. I'm teaching class. I show these as examples, and then I'll show you what exactly I put in my account tomorrow in the class. So might be AMD, might be something else here. Anyhow, good. Juan Pablo says, what happens if I get assigned when selling a put and my account is not big enough to cover to buy? Well, in this case, the broker will buy the shares and immediately sell it. So this is what will happen. And you should not trade the strategy if you do not have. This particular strategy is using cash covered puts or cash secured puts. So you should have enough money in there. And this is why, if you're going back here to this, if you had a smaller account, so let's say you have a $20,000 account, right? So you see, for me with a $100,000 account, I would trade 4 options. If you had a $20,000 account and would only trade a maximum of 3 positions, as you can see, you would only trade 1 option, because with 1 option, the buying power that you need out of the 20,000 would only be 5,400. So you still have 14,600 left over here. So this is why it's important. You can adjust it. And again, for me personally, I'll use 100,000, and therefore I'm trading a maximum of 5 positions. On a smaller account, no problem. As you have just seen, you can trade it with the $20,000 account. Now, keep in mind, this is the buying power. So if you are using a margin account, you can put $10,000 in there. You get $10,000 to $20,000 buying power, and the number that you put in here is, as I clearly state, the buying power. So super easy to use, and I'll show you more in tomorrow's class. Anyhow, so good. Yeah, Ken says, the spreadsheet master. I like to start out with spreadsheets because then I have a good prototype that I can give to our development team. And as you know, I have a development team on staff that is programming the trading log, that is programming the PowerX Optimizer, and then they can do some magic here and pulling in live quotes. But sometimes a simple spreadsheet is great, because this way, this actually is a Google sheet, and everybody these days has Google, right? And it's super easy to export it as an XLS. So if you have Excel, or if you have a Mac and you want to use, not keynote numbers, super easy there. Okay. Yeah, Robert says, love Marcus tools, made good money during Theta Kings. Yeah, I mean, this is where you see, for each strategy, I like to have a tool. So if I'm trading the PowerX strategy, I like to use the PowerX Optimizer. If I'm trading Theta Kings, I like to have the put options calculator. If I'm trading the wheel, I like to have this tool that I showed you here. So absolutely. Okay. So Tesla earnings in 5 minutes. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what's happening here live, and then we come back and answer some more questions. So let's see what is happening with Tesla here. I'm having live data. I'm sharing my desktop here. So let's see what is happening here. So Tesla right now, post-market, not a whole lot going on. Look at this. It is almost unchanged. Let's actually go to Jared. What is the website that Amar is running? What is it called again? Jared, if you could type this really in Skype really quick for me. What's Amar's web? Oh, Financial Juice. Let's see. So Financial Juice, it's a great website. It's from Amar, who I know. So this is where you can get some breaking news. So let's see what Tesla does here, if they have already announced it, if earnings are already out. So doesn't look at this. Okay, it doesn't seem so that is out. And here right now we see aftermarket. Right now, post-market, it is pretty much unchanged from where it closed. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll see what happens here. See, it's right now still unchanged. So Tesla obviously hasn't announced anything yet. So we are waiting. And while we are waiting, I thought that I can answer more questions around the tool here, and then we'll see what happens here. Okay. So Angela says, I guess I can participate since I can sell puts with no margin. That is not true, Angela. So what you need to do, who's your broker, Angela? Who's your broker? Type it in the chat, and you need to talk to your broker, and you have to get level 3 clearance for options, which is not really difficult to get. You just have to request it with your broker. And you can do this in a retirement account. So we'll get back to you, Angela. And Ricardo says, when you say that over a year, you'll get 7%, it's based on the money that you tie up for this. So let me just show it to you again of what is happening here. Okay, so here, 39% based on the $21,600 that you're tying up for this strategy. And again, I explain more in detail tomorrow in the class here. Good. So let's see. Helena says the class will be recorded, won't it? Absolutely. All the classes are recorded. We will post it in the member section of our website and also in our app. As you know, we have a Rockwell Trading app so that you can watch it on your phone, on your iPad, on any device you want. Now, Brian is asking a great question. What if you go out another week? You see, this is exactly, Brian, where this tool helps you tremendously. Let's actually just do this. Let's, Brian, for which do you mean? For AMD or JPM? So let's just say we're doing it for JPM. So we're doing the same thing, and we want to see what happens if we go down to $90, which we liked originally, but we go out one more week to 8.7, right? And this is where JPM, we go out to 8.7, and we look at the 90 put right here, and it would be probably somewhere in between 40 and 47. So let's say it would be 45. Let's just say we would get 45. See, this is the power of the calculator here. Now the calculator is smart enough to know that now we are making $90 here, and the days to expiration is 15. So we're making $6 per day. But let's just say what happens. Would it be more beneficial, Brian, to answer your question here, and it doesn't matter whether we do it on AMD or we do it on JPM, would it be more beneficial to go with the same strike price, but maybe go out 1 week? So let's see. How much is the 92? So here we go. The 92, if you're selling it, it is 63 over 77. So let's say we're getting 68 cents because it will be somewhere in between. Actually, it should be closer to 70 cents is the mid price here. So let's put this in here and let's say, okay, maybe if you're lucky, we're getting 70 cents. as you can see, we're getting more premium right here. And see, in this particular example, it makes sense to go with the shorter expiration than the longer one. Did I pick the right strike price? Yeah, absolutely. So even if you would go to the higher end here and would get 77 cents, let's go back here, it probably makes sense to go with the shorter expiration. But you see, this is the power of the tools. This is why I love using tools, right, Brian? Makes sense? Good. Okay. Elena says, you will be there. Okay, fantastic. Good to see all this. So Swilin says, Tesla earnings in 2 minutes. I just heard that Tesla actually postponed the Tesla call. Let me just see. It seems that I just heard that they're postponing it by another hour and a half. So right now, nothing is happening. Tesla is still there. And I know that Jared, who is a team member here at Rockwell Trading, just sent me this message and says, well, it seems that they're delaying it a little bit. Hey, no worries. This way you can answer more questions here about the tool. So nothing yet happening with Tesla. So Honest Quester says, do you ever consider ADR or implied volatility of a stock in evaluating options to trade, or does it matter? Yes, it absolutely does matter. It really depends on the strategy. Here, for this particular strategy, Honest Quester, I am not too concerned with the implied volatility because I'm looking for stocks that I wouldn't mind owning at this price. So if you're going back to the screen here, and if you go back to, for example, let's talk about Apple. Why not? See, Apple, if you look at Apple here, it has been just going up. And right now it's trading at $390. So at $390, do you want to own Apple for $390? Or would you be rather more comfortable to own it at $360 or $350? And this is what this strategy is all about. So great question, Honest Quester. For this particular strategy, I'm more interested, what is this stock doing long-term? And do I like the stock? Would I be okay having it in my portfolio? Okay, Donna is asking a great question. What's the minimum account balance you need to trade this strategy successfully? I would say if you have a margin account and you put $10,000 into a margin account, you get $20,000 in buying power, and that would be the absolute minimum. If you can put $15,000 into a margin account and you get $30,000, it would be great. But $10,000 in a margin account, if you have a retirement account where you don't have margin, I would say $20,000. So that makes sense. Okay. All right. But great question here. Perfect. Well, all eyes on Tesla, not really. Nothing's happening here. So it seems that this is a little bit postponed. No idea why. I thought we can watch it live here. Anyhow, so okay. So Frank says, I have a question about tomorrow's event. I cannot join live because it's in the middle of the night. I know, Frank, you're in Germany, right? So does it make sense for me to register, or will I lose too much information? It absolutely makes sense because honestly, even if you would attend live, I highly recommend that you watch the recording another 2 or 3 times so that it really sinks in. So absolutely, you will get access to the recording. Usually the recording is up the next morning, and then you can access it on your phone, on your computer, on your iPad, and it makes sense to watch it over and over again. So great question here. Okay. So Kathy says, can't wait for tomorrow night. Absolutely. Jeff is asking, can you do a class on calendars for the group? Maybe. You see, the classes that I teach are the strategies that I personally trade, as you know. So when I taught Theta Kings, I traded Theta Kings. Right now, I'm mainly focused on PowerX. And if you don't have this book yet, the PowerX strategy, be happy to ship you one for free. All I ask is that you cover shipping and handling, which is $4.95. It's 150, 160 pages, something like this. You can get it on Amazon for $25 or through my website, through a link for free, no strings attached. All I ask is you cover shipping and handling, which is $4.95, and I'll be happy to ship you a copy of the book. But so Jeff, I personally don't trade calendar spreads, and this is why right now I'm not teaching it, because my promise on this channel is that I only teach what I personally trade. This is why I say I only teach strategies that work. Now, I'm not saying that calendars don't work, but I'm not trading it. I might change my mind and trade it, and when I do, or if I do, then I'll teach it, obviously, here. Okay. Good. So Ricardo's asking, where's the huge mic? You know, I didn't like it because I like to lean in and I like to talk with my hands, right? And when I did this, I was just boof, 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 bumping across the mic. So I decided to get rid of this and use the other mic. Is the sound still okay? Do you like the sound? Can you hear me just fine? Because the other one was a little bit in my face. It looked kind of cool, but I just realized that I cannot use my hands, and I do talk with my hands. So Kishori says, is this calculator available from your website? It will be tomorrow with the class. So if you're part of the class, it will be available. I'm right now just refining a few things. I will lock down a few cells so that you can't mess it up. And I need to make sure that we can easily distribute it. Also want to make sure that we have it as Google Sheets, as an Excel sheet, and as numbers. So whatever you like to use, whether you like to use Google Sheets or Excel or numbers, that you have a version of this. So it will be available tomorrow. Just give me another day to refine it here. Helena says, okay, the calculator is wonderful. Make calculators so clear. That's what I like about tools, right? Good. Okay, so John Dennis, today's SPX close. Good. Yes, that is the SPX strategy that the mastermind members of mine are teaching, are trading. Maybe they're teaching it. And yeah, worked out good. Chanley says, great stuff, my friend. I just found your channel. Hey, welcome. Make sure that you subscribe. Okay. Trading options equities for 7 years. You explain the concepts in an easy to understand manner. Chanley, really appreciate the feedback. If you like the video and you think that others might benefit from it, feel free to share it here. Good. All right. So let's see what other I have. Alex says, when Tesla sneezes, the whole market gets sick. I don't know. Right now, Tesla is not doing anything. I mean, Tesla, let's just go back here and see if they have reported anything. Jared, have you heard anything that they're... Oh, right now they're up 4 or 5%. So seems that they are maybe reporting something. I can't see anything just yet. For Tesla. Any breaking news here? Nope, nothing just yet. It is moving after hours, so we're up right now. As you can see, now it's 3.5%, was up 6%. So we shall see what's happening here post-market. Anyhow, so a couple of more questions and then we need to wrap it up. Oh my gosh, we have been going for quite a while. If you are interested in learning this strategy and getting the tool, register for the class here, rockwelltrading.com/blueprint. Oh, one more thing, because there are so many questions. I see here so many questions regarding this strategy. How about I do a special Coffee with Markus tomorrow? So usually, as you know, Coffee with Markus is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and tomorrow is Thursday. But I'm thinking, would you like this? Let me just know. If you like this, click on like real quick or type yes in the comments. If you would like me to do another special Coffee with Markus, maybe 30, 45 minutes, where we talk more about the strategy, because I see that there's a lot of questions still around the strategy, the calculator, and I'll be happy to answer them all. Just today, I need to wrap it up. I have some plans with my kids, and I don't want to disappoint them. So my kids, as you know, Julius, he's 17 years old. My daughter, Vivian, she's 15 years old, and we have made some plans. And I said, we'll be there in basically half an hour. We're going to do this. So I got to wrap it up shortly. But if you're interested in me doing an extra Coffee with Markus around this wheel strategy, talking about the strategy, answering more questions, click on like really quick or just say yes in the comments. And this way, if so, I'll send out another announcement. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. This way, YouTube automatically informs you when I schedule this session tomorrow. Okay. seems that there's a lot of interest. So why don't we do that? So if you're all interested in this, we do an extra coffee with Markus tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 Eastern time, 30 minutes before the close, just because we got used to this time here. If I didn't answer your question today, please pop in tomorrow and just hit subscribe, hit the little notification bell. This way, YouTube will tell you when I'm going live and when I'm scheduling it. It's probably the easiest thing to do. And if you are on my email list, so if you are already went to rockwelltrading.com and leave your email somewhere there, then we'll send you an email as well. All right. I know that we went a little bit longer because we were absolutely curious of what is happening with Tesla here. Still up right now, 2.5%, nothing crazy yet, 3.3%. So don't know if they announced anything. I haven't seen anything. It seems that they have postponed it for another hour, hour and a half. So we'll keep an eye on this, and I'll let you know tomorrow what happens here with Tesla. Anyhow, wish you a great rest of the afternoon. As I said, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share this video if you enjoyed it. Share it on Facebook. Share it in other groups that you might be in. I would really appreciate it because I think what we are doing here is pretty good stuff. Wouldn't you agree? Anyhow, great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow in this special Coffee with Markus. Take care.